Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Excuse the t-shirt being creased. I am sweaty as well, and it's horrible, and it's muggy, and I feel all uncomfortable. But we're going to do a beer review anyway. So the first, not the first bit, well it is the first bit, but the beer we are going to be looking at is the first one that my brother-in-law sent us up, Steve. So a big thank you, Steve, once again. He sent me up, should have been six beers from this brewery, but it was only 5, and 2 Adnams beers and some glasses. So yeah, we're taking a look at the first beer for a review, and it's a new brewery to me, and it's from Brew, who are out of Bedford, and this is their 2 Sheds dry hop lager, coming in at 4.7%. It's in a 330ml can. No idea how much it was, and I'm not even going to ask how much it was. If he wants to comment and say, he's welcome to, but I'm not going to go searching, because you don't do that with gifts, do you? So the artwork is kind of plain and simple. There's lots of info on the back, and I love the way they've put it all in boxes. I mean, to be fair, the writing is really small, so I struggle to see a lot of it. So the top box, 2 Sheds, and that'll tell you about the beer, which I can't read myself. Hops, separate box for that. Styrian, Goldings, Galaxy and Ella. IBU's 31, separate box for that as well. EBC, no idea, separate box for that, 11.5. Separate little box for how many units in the can. A separate box for beer style, dry hop lager, 330ml, 470. Look, there you are. Separate boxes, and it gives you all the information, and I quite like that because you can get to see it. Well, if you zoom in on it or something, you get to see it. But anyway, let's get it cracked open. I don't have a Brew glass, obviously, but we are going to go with this glass. Now, I forgot I had this one. It's a Collective Arts one. Collective Arts Brewing. I believe they're an American brewery, so I'm putting it in there, and that says Jarrett Sitter, so I'm guessing that is one of his sort of designs for the glass. We are going to put it in there and see what we get. So let's get it cracked open. Only just come out the fridge, so it's probably at about 5 degrees, I think my fridge is set at. So it's not ice cold, but it'll be nice and cold. It certainly will be in this heat, won't it? It's going to feel nice and cold. So yeah, I'd never heard of this brewery before. So my first beer from them, a new one for me. And maybe there's a few guys out there that haven't heard of them either. So like I say, Brew out of Bedford. So, beer in a glass. Very sort of golden sort of looking colour. Just a few bubbles going up, not much. There's definitely some sediment in there, as hazy looking beer with some sediment, just sort of like static kind of sediment. We got about a finger of compact white head, so let's dive in with the nostrils and see what we get. Hopefully a nice sort of punchy sort of hop aroma. Quite fruity, it's got a fruity feel about it. I'm getting a little bit of grapefruit in there for me, so maybe this is a little bit sort of IPA lager sort of thing. Yeah, grapefruit, hoppy, not really getting maltiness from it. Obviously, the Galaxy, the Styrian Goldings, or Styrian Goldings, Galaxy and Ella. The Galaxy is obviously one of these sort of like New World hops, if you like. And I'm certain I get the Goldings in there. It's got that little bit of aroma in this. Reminds me of the Left Whitbread Golding. Yeah, smells clean. Not very malty, I would say. It's all sort of hop, grapefruit. Let's dive in. 2 Sheds dry hop lager, Brew Bedford. Cheers. Yeah, and it's exactly really what I was kind of thinking it was going to be on the nose. Although things are developing behind that. But we'll start off like I do. 4.7. Yeah, it's quite light. It's got sort of like a little bit more than a session IPA kind of feel to it in body. No wateriness. Carbonation's there, but just in the background. pretty smooth, but I would say it's starting to, the more you drink of it, the more that kind of watery feel sort of comes to the front. On the taste, what hit me to start off with was a session IPA sort of flavour. You got that grapefruit, you got that lightness. It's still, when you start drinking it, reminds me of a session IPA. And that's like a lot of sort of New World lager, or new lagers, they're sort of New World hops, if you like, IPA hops. For me, that doesn't do it for me personally. I want a lager to be like a lager, taste like a lager. So yeah, grapefruit. It drinks a bit like a lager, as in the fact that it's light. There is, way back at the back of the mouthful, a little bit of maltiness in there. But really, to me, it just feels like a session IPA. Alright, it's 4.7%. So it wouldn't be classed as a session IPA at 4.7. You're normally looking sort of like 4.5, 4.2, 3.8 even. It's clean, it's drinkable enough, but it's nothing we haven't seen before really. Like I say, not enough lager elements in there for me, or certainly don't get that lager feel to it. It's like I say, it's more like a session IPA, almost in taste really. You don't get the 4.7% at all, there's nothing there showing that. What do I think of it? I don't like knocking beers when somebody's bought them for me, but it's a tad disappointing, that one for me. Again, not enough lager elements in there. Just feels like a session IPA. Nothing nasty. It's all right. It's all right. It's a hot day kind of drink. Would I pick it up again? Personally, I wouldn't pick that up. You know, it's like a beer I've seen 100 times before, and probably a lot of you out there that have drunk several beers have probably seen it all before. But it's all right. But I think they're quite a new brewery. If you are in Bedford, go along, go and pay them a visit, show them some love, buy some beers, try them yourself. So that's it. They're my views on this beer. A big thanks to Steve again for buying it for me. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.